in Dublin. Let me just show you around. Hope everyone's doing well. Say hello if you're on. Pretty cold day here in Dublin today. A little bit breezy, but it's like a cold enough wind. It's definitely glove weather today. Laura, how are you? Great to see you. Catherine, how's it going? How's things? Hope you're well. We're here in the Phoenix Park. We'll just wait till maybe a few more people might come on. Satyam, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're well. That's the entrance. One of the main entrances into the Phoenix Park from Parkgate Street. Of course, there's 1,750 acres here in this park. It's the largest walled park in Europe. We'll just see if a few more people come on. We'll start here in about 2 or 3 minutes. There's lots of little parks enclosed in the main park. This one's called the People's Park right here. It's nice to see the blue skies out, but that's not telling the whole story because the sun is nowhere to be found. I'm hoping it stays clear and it doesn't rain. See what happens. We'll wait till 2 minutes and then we'll start getting going. Say hello if anybody else is on here. Looks like I know you're definitely on. It wasn't just someone clicking on and then leaving. We'll come back to this park in a little bit later. Just showing you the entrance at the moment, but we'll show you a little bit later. Hey Poppy, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right folks, I think we have enough people. We're going to get started. Welcome here to the Phoenix Park. I'm looking at here the old Royal Infirmary building. It was an old hospital. Sarah, how you doing? For the British soldiers. It's outside of the Phoenix Park. It looks like it's inside, but it's outside. And dates back to the early 1800s. As I say, the Royal Infirmary. It's on Infirmary Road, this part of Dublin. And today it's the DPP, the Department of Public Prosecution. So it's part of the court system right here today, as is this building right here. That is another court. Of course, you have the 4 courts further down the River Liffey, and that's where you have all the main courts, but they have this one too, and as I say, the old Royal Infirmary Hospital. It's now the DPP, Department of Public Prosecutions. Hope everyone's doing well. Attic girl, how are you? Shelley, right? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Sandy, how are you? So here's the Phoenix Park bylaws. We can't even read it. I'm great, thank you. Shelley, everything's good. A little bit chilly today though. Although there is some nice blue skies. It's not raining, so that's one good thing for sure. So we're going to show you around here, folks, the Phoenix Park today. And just to tell you a little bit about it, it's a large urban park in Dublin. It's about 3 kilometres west of Dublin city centre. It's on the north side of the River Liffey. And it's 11 kilometres or 6.8 miles in area, and a perimeter wall encloses 707 hectares or 1,750 acres, making it Europe's largest walled city park, enclosed city park if you like. It includes large areas of grassland and the tree-lined avenues, and since the 17th century it's been home to a herd of wild fallow deer. Now the Irish government is lobbying UNESCO to have the park designated as a World Heritage Site, and it was created way back in 1662, so a long time ago. 1662, so 362 years ago. And it's operated by the Office of Public Works, who look after most of the parks, the public parks throughout the country. and a lot of the heritage sites like castles and other tourist attraction sites, mostly all run by the OPW, Office of Public Works. Now the park's name is derived from an Irish name, Fionn Uisce, meaning clear or still water. And it was one time left in ruins. And then they rebuilt it again, rising like a phoenix, hence the name Phoenix Park. Explore Yorkshire with John. John is on, is he? How are you, John? Good to see you. So John Wright is on. Fantastic, good to see you, John. Hope you're well. Doing some stellar work with the new website. Absolutely great job, John. Everybody should give him a word of congratulations, because it's all come to fruition now and it's doing very, very well. Well done, John. Of course, check out John's great tours in Yorkshire, the city of York and other lovely towns and cities around Yorkshire. So here you got the sign for the Phoenix Park right here. I don't know if you can make it out from here. Probably have to stand a little bit further back. As I say, we're close to one of the main entrances into the Phoenix Park. Now, on the restoration of Charles II of England, his Viceroy, or Lord Lieutenant if you like, in Dublin, the Duke of Ormond established a royal hunting park here, which was then on 2,000 acres. It contained pheasants and wild deer, making it necessary to enclose the entire area with a wall. And the cost of building the park amounted to £31,000 back in 1669. It was a private park from 1669 up until 1745, when it was opened to the people of Dublin by the Earl of Chesterfield. And this road that I'm on right here is Chesterfield Avenue, named after Lord Chesterfield. It's like 5 kilometers long. It goes through the center of the Phoenix Park. Now, in the 19th century, the renowned English landscape architect Decimus Burton was retained to design an overall plan for the public areas of the park, which included new paths, gate lodges, levelling and tree planting, and it almost took 20 years to complete. Now, the park is split between 3 civil parishes: Castleknock to the northwest, Chapel Lizard to the south, and St James's to the east. And the park today is an important site for biodiversity in Dublin City. And as I said before, this is Europe's largest enclosed or walled city parks, if you wish. Now, I'm going to try and climb over here. But the Phoenix Park has some amazing sites throughout, including this wonderful obelisk. Such a pretty park. Yes, indeed, Sarah. It's wonderful. Let me go back to the live chat. My eyes are watering. It's so cold out. My eyes are watering. This is the coldest day I've experienced probably in the last 3 weeks or so. It's been nice. And the temperatures have been abnormally mild for this time of year over the last week or two. But today, not so much. It's very, very cold. So this is, folks, the Wellington Monument. This is the largest, the tallest obelisk in all of Europe. And the construction started here in 1817, wasn't completed till 1861, 44 years later. It's 62 meters, 203 feet tall, and commemorates the victories of the Duke of Wellington, Arthur Wellesley. And this is the largest obelisk in Europe, as I said before. Designed by Robert Smirke, and there are 4 bronze plaques cast from cannon captured at the Battle of Waterloo, 3 of which have pictorial representatives of Wellington's career, while the 4th has an inscription of the base of the obelisk. So, Arthur Wellesley was born on Merrion Street in Dublin City, and of course he won the Battle of Waterloo against Napoleon. He was a stellar military man. I think at one time he was the Prime Minister of Great Britain as well. He was known as the Iron Duke. Wow, it's really windy over this part. It's cloudy right here at this obelisk. Let me just turn this around a little bit so we can give you a better view. Hope I don't mess this up. There you go, folks. Rotate device back. Sorry. Okay, I don't think you can do this on YouTube. It's so green, almost unreal. Yes, Sandy. As I said, yeah, Wellington, known as the Iron Duke. Now, he wasn't that proud of an Irishman, to be honest with you, even though he was born right here in Dublin. He said one time, when asked about being born in Dublin, he said, he replied, just because you're born in a stable doesn't make you a horse. So there you go, folks. We're going to move on. We're going to make our way down to the People's Park. As I say, you just seen the tallest monument, obelisk in all of Europe, 203 feet, 62 metres. The Duke of Wellington, the Iron Duke, defeated Napoleon, of course. He won over 60 battles for Great Britain over the years. As I say, his most famous victory, of course, was the Battle of Waterloo against Napoleon. We're going to go back over here to the People's Gardens. I was just in it at the beginning of this tour, but we'll make our way back over there. Lots of events take place here. Hello, these girls want to be on camera. You want to be on camera? Hello, you're live, folks. You're live. Hi. Where are you guys from?
Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah. Very nice. Where? Lisbon?
No, Porto.
Oh, Porto.
Yeah.
Porto, lovely city. What's it called? The Douro River? Douro? And it's lovely port, a great port, right, isn't it? What is it?
Porto wine.
Porto wine, yeah. Port wine, yeah. Have a great time. Are you just here on holiday just for a few days?
Yes.
Enjoy it, have a great time.
Thank you.
I hope it's not too cold for you. You're used to the warmer climates, aren't you?
It's a little bit cold.
It's a little bit cold for you. The wind that makes it cold, yeah. See you later, girls. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. From Portugal. Porto. Of course, there was a great guide from Porto. There was two guides from Porto. On the old High Hago program, you had Sarah, and you had what was her name? Begins with a C. What's her name? Maybe someone can remind me of the other girl in Portugal. There was Sarah and begins with a C. I'm old. I keep on forgetting stuff. My memory's not like what it used to be. We're going to cross the road here. Bit of a traffic jam. Going through Chesterfield Avenue here at the Phoenix Park. Claudia, that's right, Catherine's Claudia. I couldn't think of her name. Claudia. You had two. They were both in Porto. Beautiful city, Porto. Absolutely lovely place. Right on the Douro River, I think it's called. D-R-U-R-O, Douro. Hello. How you guys doing? Are you having fun? Where are you from?
France.
France? Two ladies from France, folks. Say hello. What part of France are you from?
Paris.
Paris. They're from Paris.
Yes.
Comment allez-vous?
Bien, merci.
Bien, merci beaucoup. Take care. See you later. So we're here in the People's Park, folks, as I mentioned a little earlier. Now there's full of little parks throughout the the 1,750 acres here at Phoenix Park. Lots of football pitches. There's also lovely tree-line avenues, but lots and lots of flower gardens and little people's gardens, as this one's called. You got Dublin Zoo here as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And you have the oldest cricket ground in all of Ireland, dating back to 1830. So you've got lots of stuff. Tariq, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. So we're getting some new people that haven't been around for a while, back from the Hago days. And of course, I don't know if John's still on here, but John Wright is on, one of the great tour guides of Hago and of any platform, like together virtually. Have a look at this, folks. This actually wasn't here. I did this tour maybe around this time last year or before. Maybe it's got to be more than a year. Maybe a year and a half ago I did this tour of the Phoenix Park. And this wasn't even here. It's called Embraced Loop. And this monument, I'll just show you the monument. This monument stands in solidarity with all past and present impacted by HIV and AIDS, remembering and celebrating their lives and all who supported them. Unveiled by the Taoiseach, Mr. Leo Varadkar. Taoiseach in Ireland is the Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar. Only in 2023. Oh, that would explain it. I haven't seen this before. Designed by Anicia Franco and Michael Orr Di Carlo. There you go. I love that, says Sandy. Great stuff, yeah. Beautiful. Really nice. We have so many different monuments and sculptures here everywhere you go, which is, it's really, really nice. I'm going to show you a monument now in just a minute. I can see the blossom trees coming up, which is lovely. I'm sure by around the middle of March they'll be in full bloom. Blossom trees. Other parts of the world are already in bloom. I think in Tokyo, Japan, they're in bloom right now. But you gotta love them. Got a nice pond here, a lake. Just show it to you here. Here's the lake. Thanks, Sarah. I talk to people all the time. I don't know what it is. What's the worst I can tell you is get lost, right? But I talk to people all the time in general, in real life. No matter where I go, I start up a conversation. And what's amazing is the stuff you learn from other people just by talking to them. No matter what the subject might be, you might know nothing about the subject or what the occupation is or whatever. And then you get to know these things. And you put it all into your memory bank, if you like, so you can talk about it. Because you've got to be inquisitive if you're in this line of work as regards a tour guide. You want to learn as much as you possibly can, and you learn something new every time. When I do tours, walking tours throughout Dublin City with my clients that I'm taking around, I learn something new from them all the time. So you never stop learning. So this monument right here is it's a lovely monument, and it's dedicated to Sean Houston. And he was one of the leaders of the 1916 Easter Rising, and he was executed for his role. He was only 25 years old. Now, just down the street from here, if you go outside the entrance that I showed you at the beginning of the tour, if you go out that exit from the Phoenix Park, right across the road from that, is Houston Station, Ireland's largest train station. And it's, as I say, named after this guy. And the bridge going over to Houston Station, over the River Liffey, is known as Houston Station after this fella, Sean Houston, only 25 years old when he was executed for his role against the British in the 1916 Easter Rising. So there you go, Sean Houston, only a young fella. Now there's a house, I'm not going to be able to show it to you because it's too far of a walk. As I said before, this is like 1,750 acres. There's no way you can show the whole area. But I wanted to show you, or I'll tell you about it. But the name of this house, it's called Rafta House, and it's believed It's behind where Aras and Uachtaráin is, so I'll be able to show you Aras and Uachtaráin a little later. Aras and Uachtaráin is the house of the President of Ireland. So we'll show you that in just a little bit later. But it's behind that, so we won't be able to see it. It's called Rafta House. But it's where Winston Churchill actually lived from the age of 2 to the age of 6. Because his father, I believe, was the Viceroy or the Lord Lieutenant of Dublin, of Ireland at one time. And also Ireland's first president before they moved into Aras and Uachtaráin. They also lived at Rafta House. The first Irish president was Douglas Hyde. You'll see a building over here straight ahead of you, and that's the headquarters of the Garda. The Garda in Ireland is the police, the Irish police. It's a pretty big building. They used to be stationed right at in Dublin Castle. That was their headquarters for years and years. But the headquarters out here now at the Phoenix Park. My hands are freezing, folks. It is cold. I'm starting to sniffle. Forgive me for that. Now we're coming up to Dublin Zoo. It's right in front of me. Dave, you're so good. I agree with you 100%, Dave. Thank you, Tariq. Appreciate it. Tariq, sorry. I hope you're doing well, Tariq. Good to see you back on. So we're coming up to Dublin Zoo here, folks. And of course, it's one of the zoo's main attractions. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go inside. But there's more than 700 animals and tropical birds from around the world. It was founded in 1830, making it the third oldest zoo in the world. It was established by and designed by Decimus Burton and opened its door to the public in 1831. Now, question for you guys. What is the oldest zoo in the world? Good stuff, Tariq. Great stuff, Tariq. Anybody have an idea? What is the oldest zoo in the world? This is the third oldest, right here, Dublin Zoo. What is the oldest? Anybody know? I always thought it was London Zoo. Definitely not Philadelphia Zoo. Remember, the United States is a new country compared to Europe. London Zoo is number 2. I always thought London Zoo was the oldest. It's number 2, second oldest. The oldest zoo in the world, don't ask me to pronounce the name of it, but it's in Austria. The Austrian zoo, it's called the Schonen something zoo. It's the oldest. And it's the oldest by a good bit. It's like 1750s or something, 1760s. Then London Zoo, and then you have the Dublin Zoo, was third. Now the zoo covers over 28 hectares or 69 acres. It's divided into areas named Asian Forest, Orangutan, the Kazaranga Forest Trail, Fringes of the Arctic, Sea Lion Cove, African Plains, House of Reptiles, City Farm and South American House. The zoo started with just 46 mammals and 72 birds in 1831, which was donated by the London Zoo. So there you go. This is Ireland's third most visited. Okay, I missed a question there. Does Dublin Zoo have pandas? I think they do, yeah. I think we have pandas. Excuse me, sir. Does the Dublin Zoo have pandas? Pandas, yeah? Red pandas. Oh, okay. They have red pandas, so they don't have your white and black pandas, red pandas. Thank you. Appreciate that. So there's a question. I let go. So all in there. So it's the third most visited tourist attraction in all of Ireland. I actually, a tour that I did on Monday, we took you around to the #1 tourist attraction in Ireland, being the Guinness Storehouse. Alrighty, sent. There's, thanks. I know DC Zoo sent theirs back to China as they were on loan. Really? Didn't know that. Very good. Well, that might have happened here too. I remember as a kid, I think there was pandas here. The last time I was in here was actually to do the wild light show. There was a beautiful wild light show here. It was fantastic. None of the animals were all asleep, but it was just absolutely superb. And I did it on Hago. I did it twice or 3 times. Absolutely spectacular. And then before that was probably about 10 years ago or something that I was here at the zoo. And before that would have been about 30 or 40 years before that I was at the zoo. In 1838, to celebrate Queen Victoria's coronation, the zoo held an open day and 20,000 people visited. The President of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant, came to see Dublin Zoo's world-famous lions in 1877 after just leaving the office of president. Now, the Dublin Zoo has the world's greatest lion breeding program, supplying zoos around the world with lions. Now, a lion named Slats was born here in the zoo in 1919 and was used by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, the film studios, as their mascot, Leo, in 1928. So you see the lion that's on the MGM, any movies from MGM, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Well, that lion was born here at this zoo. Slats was his name. How about that? A little bit of trivia. Hey, the sun's coming out. Get excited. Means I'm going to be able to warm up a little bit. So the zoo is part of a worldwide program to breed endangered species as well. Now, I'm hoping that we will see some wildlife here as we walk around. Especially, I would love to see the deer here. So, because there's quite a considerable herd of deer, fallow deer. There's a 300 herd of fallow deer. Now, one time I was doing this tour on the old platform that we were all on, and there was just a huge amount of deer. People were feeding them. It's actually prohibited to feed the deer here, because obviously they got their own food surrounded by them here, and you're not supposed to. People think you're supposed to give them carrots, but you're not. It could actually kill them. It's bad for them, but people just have no idea. They think they like horses. Carrots are great, but not for deer. As I said, we're walking down here. I think it's like 5 kilometers. It's Chesterfield Avenue. Actually, it's 3.7 kilometers. No, it's 3.7 miles, so I'm right. It's 5 kilometers, yeah. Named after the 4th Earl of Chesterfield. And he was the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland from 1745 to 1746. And this is the main road running through the park right here. Now, he actually opened up the park to the public in 1745. And I'm sure that's why they gave him, I know, DC Zoo Centre, okay. I'm sure that's why this is named after him. Let me cross the road here. I want to show you this, the cricket ground over here. That's another ground right there, I think. No, this is it. This is the cricket ground right here. And this is, let me just walk in here, folks. Yeah, this is the cricket ground. And it was established in 1830. This is Ireland's oldest cricket ground. Cricket club, I should say. the Phoenix Park Cricket Club, the oldest cricket club in Ireland, 1830, and one of the most successful cricket clubs in Ireland. They have a historic pavilion here, with full of facilities and a nice bar. All right, guys. And they currently have 6 men's teams, 2 women's teams, and a boys and girls teams of all ages. Or boys and girls teams of all ages. There it is. 1830 it dates back to. Can you see it all there, folks? How's the vision? I'm frozen, I am. Let me go back here. Yeah, there's the cricket ground. 1830. Okay, we're going to move back out onto Chesterfield Avenue. Now we're just talking about the deer in the park, so we'll just continue to talk about them a little bit. When the Phoenix Park was established in 1662 by the Duke of Ormond, it was opened as a deer park, and the fallow deer were imported. And today, the wild deer consists of approximately 600 deer. I was saying 300, 600, many of whom are descendants of the original herd introduced here in the 1660s. How about that? So, these deer, their ancestors were all here for a very, very long time. The fallow deer are not native, say, to Ireland, but were brought here by the Normans in 12. Okay, so look, they were actually brought to Ireland, so not here at this spot. They were brought here in the 1660s, the fallow deer. But to Ireland, the fallow deer, they are not native to Ireland, but they were brought here by the Normans to Ireland in 1244 to stock the Royal Deer Forest at Glencree in County Wicklow. Of course, County Wicklow, the next town over, the next county over from Dublin to the south. Now there's a lot, huge bird life here. I'm not hearing too many birds at the moment. Obviously, this is a beautiful tree-lined avenue during the spring, summer, and the fall, or the autumn as we call it, but not at this time of year. I'm not seeing any leaves on these trees, and there's a wide range of spectacular trees here and a wide variety of species. But there's also 72 bird species here in the park throughout the year, of which 47 are breeding and 4 species that are under threat of becoming extinct, including the Cheveler, the golden plover, the black-headed gull, and the herring gull. There you go. You have lots and lots of events to take place here in the park throughout the summer months especially. And one of the greatest events to take place here is the Blooms Festival. It takes place here in June, or I think it's late May or June. And it's basically a food festival. It's amazing. It's so much fun. It's held over 70 acres of the park. So that takes up a lot of the park for the Blooms Festival. And it takes place over 5 days. And it's been held here for the last 18 years. And it's a spectacular gardening event. So it's a gardening event with garden designers, flower grows, landscapes, plantaholics, garden furniture makers, and it's even got food fanatics. And it's even great for food fanatics as well, and anyone that loves to garden. And lots of the tour takes place here at the Phoenix Park, not just this one, but you also see the hop-on, hop-off buses as well. That's a bus that's specifically for the Phoenix Park, picks up people not too far from here and brings them into the park. And that's a public service. A public bus service here is pretty good, if any of you's ever been here. There's been a lot of concerts here, held here. Ed Sheeran was here 2018, The Killers 2013, Justin Timberlake 2013, Snow Patrol 2012, Coldplay 2009, And the music festival called Oz in the Park was here in 2004 with a host of different bands playing. They don't have any more concerts here as it upsets the wildlife, and supposedly they trashed the park at the last concert that was here. They weren't behaving themselves and they made a mess of the park, which is terrible, absolutely disgraceful. Now, there's also lots and lots of sporting events that take place here through the park. You got cycling, of course you got walking, jogging, soccer, Gaelic football, the Irish national sport, and hurling as well. Cricket, I just showed you the cricket grounds right there. Yoga, picnics, and there's also motor racing here as well. They did, it wasn't a Grand Prix event, but whatever the lower division of the Grand Prix is, whatever the next under that is, they were here, I think it was last year, the year before. And lots of cycle races here, and also motorbike racing, 500cc I believe. So lots and lots of sporting events. The birds are sleeping. They are, Sarah. They're sleeping. As we say, sleeping. You can see fine. Okay, great stuff. Thank you, Laura. Great stuff. I'm going to bring you over here in just a little bit. I didn't realise it was such a long walk down. But I'm not seeing any deer. Last time I was here, they were all around here. This is where we've seen them all. Right over here. And all along here. And I must have seen about 100 of them. People were feeding them and everything. And it was great to be able to catch it live on a Hago tour. It was fabulous. So they do come out every so often, but they're not out today, folks. We can't predict when they're going to come out. But they're lovely to look at. They're really nice. In just a little bit, I'm going to take you to Aras, Uachtaráin, which is the President's house here in Ireland. It's the house of the President. That's basically what Aras, Uachtaráin means in the Irish language, house of the President, or President's house. Our current President, Michael D. Higgins, he's only a little fella. He looks like a leprechaun. I'm not messing with you. Have a look, just put his name into Google and put in Michael D. Higgins, and when you see this little fella, tell me what you think. Does he look like a leprechaun or what? And you can be sure he has his pot of gold, because the President of Ireland here, even though they don't do anything, because it's the Taoiseach, the Prime Minister, that actually runs the country and makes, basically all the laws, he just signs different things into law, but different documents into law, what have you, but he doesn't do anything. It's just like a signature figure or whatever. Meets and greets. Dignitaries that come, world leaders that come, he meets them at the airport, shakes their hand, brings them back to Aras and Uachtaráin, has a chat. What a cushy job. Over 400, I think it's 430,000 a year he makes for doing absolutely hardly anything. And also, he gets to live in this absolutely massive mansion called Aras and Uachtaráin, which I'll show you in just a little bit. Over here, you'll see the papal cross. I don't know if you can see this far away. A pity they don't have the zoom feature. They don't have a zoom feature on YouTube, unfortunately. But you might be able to see the papal cross right there. And after dropping some, sorry. The sun's trying to come out. So the papal visit. So the Pope was here 1978, was it 1978 or 79? It was 1979, September 1979. Pope John Paul II was here in Ireland for the papal visit. And you might see the cross there in the distance. And this was just a humongous event. 1.25 million people came to see the Pope. Here, right here, as you see the papal cross right there in the distance. It was a massive event. I was here myself as well. 1979, how old was I? I was about 16. 17. I was born in 62. 17. And all my school was here as well. So this marks the site, John Paul II. He preached to 1.25 million people, September 29th, 1979. So it's a freestanding steel cross, erected for the event in 1979. And it stands 35 metres or 116 feet tall and weighs 31 tons. 31 tons, how about that? So the hop on, hop off bus comes through the Phoenix Park as well. So all the sightseers get a chance to see it, all the visitors, tourists. And the cross was supposed to be a temporary structure just for the papal visit. And it was supposed to be taken down as it did not have planning permission. And still to this day, they never received planning permission for this cross. But Dublin City Council have decided that it should remain in place. So there you go. Okay, there's Aras over here. We're going to go take a trip over there. A little bit further up from here, I don't know if we're going to be able to make it up there because it's a little far of a walk. States ambassador. That if we do get a chance. It's a long walk up though. Here's another better view of that papal cross right there, as you can see. So let's go over to Aras. We're not going to be able to see it that great, but we'll see what we can. We'll see what we can, folks. Yeah, definitely. It's warming up for sure. This is great. I'm so delighted that it didn't rain or anything. Here you're so unpredictable. The weather here in this country. You don't know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next. And I mean that literally. So here's Aras and Uachtaráin. I'm going to try and get up a little closer so you can see this properly. It really is a stunning building. The President of Ireland, the house of the President of Ireland. I was actually here one time before. And I did a tour guiding course back in 2018. And one of the students, his father happened to be, his father-in-law happened to be a great friend of President Michael D. Higgins. And we all got invited to come here. It really is impressive, the house. It's absolutely stunning inside. The furniture is exquisite. Beautiful paintings. And just all told, it's absolutely fabulous inside. So we got to meet the President, Michael D. Higgins. So it's formerly a vice-regal lodge. But as I say today, the official residence and principal workplace of the President of Ireland. The building design was created by Nathaniel Clements and completed around 1751. So it's 273 years old. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me know what you think, folks, of this building. We're not seeing it in full view, obviously. We're seeing it from a distance. The gardens in here are absolutely spectacular as well. They really are beautiful. It consists of 92 rooms and it was last renovated in 1911. It was originally owned by the Crown and in the 1780s it became the summer residence of the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland. And the Lord Lieutenant would have been the representative of the Queen or the King of Britain, of England. at that time. And the British monarchs have stayed here, including Queen Victoria, King George V. American presidents hosted here were John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. And the president, I think Biden was here as well, because he was here in April of last year. He may have come here as well. The President of Ireland today is Michael D. Higgins. He's a scholar in the Irish and the English language, and only a little fella. I'm not getting any comments at all. Oh, maybe I am. I think I missed some. Just Googled him. You're right, he does. So Laura says he looks like a leprechaun. Very grand. Reminds me of the White House. Yeah. Actually, the man that designed the White House his name is James Hoban, and he's from County Kilkenny in Ireland. And they say the design of the White House was based. Some say it was based right on this particular building here, Aras, Uachtaráin, and others say it was based on models, I say, after Leinster House in Dublin City. I think this looks more like the White House than Leinster House in Dublin City, to be honest with you. So James Hoban from County Kilkenny in Ireland designed the White House in Washington DC, modelled after this building, maybe, or some say it was Leinster House. So he's on his second term. So the President of Ireland serves 7-year term, but you can be re-elected to another 7-year term, and he's, I think, 13 years. Next year, 2025, will be his last year, President of Ireland. So 13 years he's been president. Now, previous to him was a lady president, Mary McAleese, and she also served 14 years as president. She was a lawyer. She studied at Trinity College, and she was from the north of Ireland, but she was the second woman president, because previous to her, the first ever woman president of Ireland, Mary Robinson, and she just served the one term, 7 years. But she may have been one of the first. Like, there hadn't been that many women presidents around the world before her. Maybe Eva Perón in Argentina, wasn't it? Was she president? Or I think her husband was president and she became president or something like that. But there wouldn't have been too many. Of course, there was Gandhi's daughter. Was it her daughter was president of India one time? But anyway, we had back-to-back presidents here in Ireland. Mary Robinson and Mary McAleese. The two Marys. Yes, indeed. Both Trinity College graduates. Mary Robinson went on to, I think she became the president of the Red Cross or something. She went on to be based out of Switzerland, I think, with the Red Cross. I think she became president of it. I'm not sure if she still is. And I can't be 100% sure if it was the Red Cross. Well, 7-year terms, that's a long time if you don't like the elected. He's all right. Listen, come here, they don't do that much. You can't really like them or dislike them. They don't really do anything. They don't make any laws or anything like that. They're just figureheads, if you like, for visiting dignitaries and so forth. They're also at all the sports games. So they'll go to Croke Park for the All-Ireland finals. They'll shake hands with all the players and the management teams. They'll be there for all the rugby internationals, shaking hands with all the players, the home players and the visiting players. So any sporting event, they're always at that as well. So there you go. It's just an absolutely cushy job, a beautiful job. I want to be the next president. Because anybody vote me in? Will you vote me in? Just pretend you're Irish. You vote me in to be the next president. We're walking down here. It's a good walk though. I'm not going to walk this far down because it's too far. I'm going to just tell you about it instead. But just up a little bit further, you have the United States Ambassador to Ireland's residence. It's called Deerfield. The building was established in 1774, is owned by the US government, and it's been the ambassador's residence since 1927. And it was previously the US embassy up until 1964, when the embassy was moved to Ballsbridge. Now, talking about Ballsbridge, tomorrow I am doing a tour of Ballsbridge, which is Dublin's most exclusive neighbourhood. It's absolutely gorgeous, the most exclusive address in Dublin, with multi-million-dollar homes and so forth. But it's also home to the American embassy, along with 18 other embassies from around the world. Now, they're actually moving to a hotel that was previously a hotel called Jury's Hotel, or Ballsbridge Hotel. I believe they're moving their location just right, literally down the street to that building. I don't know if they've moved in yet. We'll find out tomorrow. So it's a beautiful, beautiful residence, the American embassy, or the American ambassador's residence here. It's a large 18th century building sitting on 62 acres of private ground in the centre, as I say, at the Phoenix Park here in Dublin. The US presidents, John F. Kennedy, Nixon, Bill Clinton, all have stayed here at the Deer Park, or the Deerfield, during Irish visits. Now, a lady by the name of Claire Cronin is the American ambassador to Ireland since February 2022. She's from Brockton, Massachusetts. You got anybody on here from Massachusetts? There you go. Just take in the sights. It's a shame that we didn't get a chance to see any of the deer today, the fallow deer. They really are lovely to look at. We will. I'd vote for you. Thank you. See, you have to click on this thing all the time, because you don't see the chat come up. You have to click on it. I'd vote for you. Thank you very much. We will. Born in New Hampshire. I like girl. Listen. Philadelphia now, huh? New Hampshire. New Hampshire's beautiful, especially during the fall. The trees, absolutely amazing. The foliage, as they call it. You used to go down to New Hampshire. I was living in Boston. I used to go down to New Hampshire just to see the during the fall, the beautiful trees. Absolutely amazing. That's the entrance into the Deerfield house right there, across the road. Where the American embassy is. American ambassador's residence is. I believe it's a good long drive up to it as well. You go through the gates there, you see, and you drive up to the house. Obviously very well secured, as is, I'm sure, all the American ambassadors' residence throughout the world. So this is the monument to the Phoenix, right here. As I say, the rise of the Phoenix is where Phoenix Park gets its name, as it dates back to 1662 by far. Well, it's Ireland's oldest, or Dublin's oldest park, 1662. Just by 1 year, by the way, because the St. Stephen's Green, which I'm actually doing next Monday on a platform called WVT, World Virtual Tours, I'm doing St. Stephen's Green. So that was established in 1663, but Phoenix Park was 1662, just 1 year before. So, but it went derelict for a while. There wasn't much done to it. And they rebuilt it in the 1700s and completed it more or less in 1745 and opened to the public. Before that was like a hunting grounds for the elites, if you like. And so they called it the rise of the Phoenix. They built it to be the spectacular place it is today. And they were saying the rise of the Phoenix, hence the name Phoenix Park. There you go. Just shows you, it's unusual how they get their names. There's another entrance the gated entrance into Aras and Uachtaráin, the President's house. And have a look. You have the beautiful Victorian lampposts, lamps on your way up to Aras and Uachtaráin. You'll see these all over the city, Victorian lamps. I think they're really cool. We're coming to the end of the tour today, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Just to mention to you that tomorrow, as I say, yeah. Thank you, Gregory. How are you, Greg? Gregory, of course, is from Dublin, so he knows all this area very, very well, I'm sure. I think he's from Blanchardstown, not far from here. And so anyway, tomorrow I'm actually out in, as I say, Ballsbridge, Dublin's most exclusive address, if you like. Beautiful places full of multi-million-dollar homes. You got a lovely park called Herbert Park right there. Some of the oldest trees in Ireland are in that park, especially the yew trees. Supposed to be over 1,000 years old. Some say there's some that are 3,000 years old. No pun intended. 3,000. The trees 3,000 years old. Okay, so and there also is the RDS, the Royal Dublin Society, one of the most important buildings in Ireland. All kinds of events take place there. It's got over 40 acres. There's a lovely main hall there. It holds up to 25,000 people, and there's all kinds of events throughout the year at that one location. Ah, great crack. There you go, Alec girl, Shelley. Great crack. The crack was great. The crack was mighty. The tour was a great crack. It was a great crack, this tour. There you go. So I hope you can join me tomorrow for that. It'll be fun walking around, as I say, the RDS, and well, actually we won't go inside the RDS, but we'll be walking around the village of Ballsbridge, just outside of Dublin. We've got a truck coming out of Aras. Is it? No, it's a tractor, is it? Maybe there's something coming out. I might get arrested for filming, huh? He doesn't know I'm filming. Maybe I'm taking just a tractor. Also, folks, if you did enjoy the tour today, I very much appreciate it if you could donate. I've got my buy me a coffee link in the description, and also I have my PayPal link in there as well. So if you enjoyed the tour today, I very much appreciate it. Send Dave some bail money. Thanks, Alec, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I've got my both links there. Buy me a coffee, and also my link to my PayPal account. So if you can please donate a few shillings, because I did intend to have a cup of coffee before I started this tour. But you know what? The coffee shop that's usually always open, it was closed. Maybe it's closed during the winter time, I don't know. It's right near the Dublin Zoo, just outside the Dublin Zoo, but it was closed. So I need to get a coffee now, so if you can please buy me a coffee. And I might even put some whiskey in that coffee, so it will cost a little more than a regular coffee. We call it an Irish coffee, with cream on top and a dash of whiskey in it. Well, a shot of whiskey. So if you can buy me an Irish coffee, it's not buy me a coffee, folks, it's buy me an Irish coffee, which costs more than the regular coffee. That would be very much appreciated. Also, folks, I've got my link in there to my YouTube channel, so very much appreciated if you could follow my channel. That would be great. Or subscribe to my channel. I'm getting close to the 1,000. It's very difficult to get to 1,000, but I'm at 900 and something, 930 I think, and so not far off the magic 1,000 where you can monetize your channel. If you did enjoy the tour today, you can always share it with your friends and family, especially with anybody that has plans to come to Ireland, or it's on their bucket list, or whatever the case may be. or if they just want to take a look at different places throughout Dublin or throughout the country of Ireland, as I have about 190 tours on there. Some of them are only shorts, but some of them are full-length hour tours. So if you want to spread the word, if you like, I'd very much appreciate that if you could share it with friends. Thanks very much. So basically, that's about all I got for you. I hope you can join me tomorrow. Hope you can join me tomorrow, folks, for the Ballsbridge tour. I haven't posted anything for next week yet. Although on Monday, I'm doing a tour with WVT, World Virtual Tours, at 3 p.m, St. Stephen's Green Park, right in the heart of Dublin City. If you want to join me for that, that'd be great. And that's actually free as well to view. So just go into WVT, World Virtual Tours, and have a look at our calendar and the different events coming up. Thanks, Laura. Appreciate it. Sarah, thank you. Sent Dave an Irish copy. Thank you. Stay warm, Dave. Yes, I will. Thanks a lot, folks. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we might see you on Monday on WVT World Virtual Tours. Take care, folks. Slán is greva míle maith agat. Thank you.